Hello guys, I thought I would make a little video and talk about how we efficiently prototype in my company. So I only work on custom tools, I only work on robotic prototype parts, so I run a lot of disposable program. I think that's good in ways, bad in ways. I like it because I get to work on new things all the time. But I thought I'd go over my process and maybe some of you would find this a little useful. So basically we've got a Haas, right? This is our best machine we've got at the moment. It's a VM2, so it's their mold machine. I've got a bit more rigidity up here, I've got a little bit more rigidity down there, and you know what, for a while now I've been hitting temps on this baby, repeating temps, so it's been a good machine. Obviously not a Mazak, obviously not a Makino. So big problem I've got a carousel there, right, hiding up here, and I've got a bunch of tools in there. Now, because I'm prototyping, I work with a lot of different drill sizes, right? I work with a lot of different taps. I work with a lot of different tooling. So how would I know what tools are in there to stay efficient? So what we've done is, if you're going to current command on the Haas, right, and then you got your tools here, there they all are. Now on the Haas you can max out to 200 tools, which has been perfect for me. I probably could have done with a few more, but it's worked. So that's where they all are. So you can see at the moment I've got all these very random numbers, but here, this is my cheat sheet, this is my setup sheet. So I have every single tool I have in the shop, right? Everything in my tool crib is on here, including every letter, every number, every fraction drill, everything, right? So it's all on there. So if I go over here now, for example, I'll look in pocket 6, I've got T131. I'll go over here, 131 is a 0.257 letter F drill, great. So immediately, without spanning or pressing anything on the carousel, I know exactly what is hiding up there. So then what I do then is, right, once I've got that collaborated with that, let's go over here. All right, this is pretty explosive stuff, really. So you're over here now, Gibbs cam, right? Not the most powerful, but certainly very user-friendly and efficient. So look, let's go for that 257. We'll go in here, we'll go for the letter F, right? This is all being pre-populated. There's that T131. So that bit there, pulling the macro, stops the mistake. It's always conclusive. And then when I run that, obviously as I run graphics, it'll alarm out if that tool's not in there. That will probably prompt me to put it in. But obviously over here now, I've got my spot label, I've got my spot ready, I've got this. All I'll do here is adjust my SFM to suit and then give it a depth over here. And then once that's done, boom, that's it really. And because I'm always programming off these process macros, I've got SFM for everything, tool steel, stainless, aluminum, and because it's always pre-organized, it leaves very little room for error. So that's how I load my tools up, that's how I stay efficient, that's how I can rough out, program a pocket in next to no time. And then this is the setup, right? Let me talk about this. First of all, we've got this guy over here, right? That's for my tool setter, because I do max work on here, so having the tool setter on there can be an issue. It lives over here. That is a product of Exact Engineering. It's actually really accurate. I've stored data, checked it a year later, I'm talking tenths. So it's very good, very, very good. So I don't have to have that on there. Obviously when you're prototyping, you know, you don't exactly know how clean your code is at all times, and you don't want to make that place vulnerable. So that's why I have that on there. That's actually just offset slightly below my fixture plate on the chuck. And then here you can see my primary vise here. Right, my primary vise is actually stacked on a piece of 4140 pre-hard. Maybe that could have been cast. It probably would have been a little bit better, but that's what we went with because we had some material hanging around. And then you can see now, I've got aluminum plate over here, aluminum plate over here. This section here is for backside chamfer. So this corner, this origin here, I always is a known position, and I've got that in a G56. So anytime I've got a back chamfer, put it on here, clamps against the side, boom, I can chamfer without even setting an X and a Y. Then these holes here, you can see I've got these stainless pins in right now to keep them covered, right? Down here, inside there, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that too well, but I've got a massive T-nut that runs all the way along here, and there's a pin under here that locates it, so this is always lined up. Then if I need a second vise, no problem, just put that vise on there wherever I want it and go again. Granted, it's on aluminum, not as rigid, but to be honest, most of my work is done on the one vise, but it is brilliant. I've been doing it time and time again, and you can see there's no marks from my vise. I tend to work as clean as possible, obviously not looking too good over here, but I'll prep that as needed. So yeah, I've got that on there, and then I've got a Pearson vacuum plate that goes on here, and I've got specialized holes lined up for that, for the clamps on the outside, so that's plug and play. Underneath it, because that fixture stays on for a while, I use this guy, silicone stuff. It's waterproof, so when you spray that down and you leave it a little moment underneath there, no rust underneath this chuck. We take it off probably every 3 months, you know, QC what we've got. We've had this on now for a year, this system. I haven't had to skim it yet, but it wouldn't be a problem to skim it and go again. But right now, I think across the whole thing, I've got 5 temps. And this particular vise, this area here, oh, it's closer. It's real close. So yeah, that's how I prototype efficiently. You know, when you've got a plate and you want to put a plate on and you want to drill through, you can't just put it straight on your chuck, can you? Right? Because you're going to drill into your chuck. Also, you put it on here and you drill through. You don't want to drill through there either. So what we do is we set up all these different islands. This is the bigger island, smaller one, and these basically skim on here. I've got resident programs to just pick up a corner and skim it with my face mill to give it Z-true position, and yeah, that's how I do it, guys. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know if there's anything you'd add to this setup. Let me know if there's anything you don't like about this setup. But so far I've been using it for quite a while, and it's been really conclusive. So a lot of my disposable code has been bang on day one, you know. I didn't have to go back and readjust stuff. Yeah, I really appreciate you spending time watching my video. Everyone, have a wonderful week. Bye for now.